Alright, what the fuck is up, losers? Today I wanted to go into why all the real musicians and old heads seem to hate Greta Van Fleet. Now, Greta Van Fleet is a modern mainstream rock band. They make, fairly good music that's kind of reminiscent of an older style, specifically like the older style of Led Zeppelin if you want to get technical. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, they sound shockingly similar to Led Zeppelin. When I first heard them on the radio, I was working in a warehouse in Arizona at the time, and the warehouse manager consistently had the fucking local rock radio station playing. The first time I heard Greta Van Fleet, I asked my manager friend, his name is Patrick, I was like, dude, is this fucking Led Zeppelin or the White Stripes or some shit that I haven't heard? I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was Jack White's voice, but it's not. It's 100% fucking Jimmy Page, Robert Plant. God damn it, I don't remember the name of the guy from Led Zeppelin, but he sounds just like the dude from Led Zeppelin. And, yeah, I was shocked to find out it was not Led Zeppelin. It was actually a new band of young folks from Michigan. They were founded by the Kishka brothers. Kishka? I think it's Kishka. I'm going to say Kishka. Josh and Jake are twin brothers, and they have their other brother Sam in the band as well. Josh is the vocalist, Jake plays guitar, and Sam plays bass and keyboards, while their friend Danny Wagner plays the drums. Talk about being a fourth wheel, am I right? Now, this all sounds well and good, right? Just a family playing family music, some good old-fashioned American rock and roll, am I right? Wrong! They're stealing their sound and style from Led Zeppelin. Now, that's the common consensus, my friends. Even Jimmy Page from the Led Zeppelin, as I call them, has mentioned in an interview that they, quote, had mentioned in an interview that they sound incredibly familiar to him in his British accent. That's not cool, right? It's not cool to emulate a band from 50 fucking years ago who hasn't made a song in over 40 years, right? No, dude, that's fucking dumb as fuck. And to be honest, I think they get way more hate than they deserve. The one thing that blows my mind the most is that if you go to a Led Zeppelin music video on YouTube and read the comments, I guarantee you're going to find some boomer in the comments saying something to the effect of, I'm 99 years old and I love Led Zeppelin. No one makes music like that anymore and I wish they would. Right? Right? That's what pisses me off, dude. All the hate they get is from the same fucking people who are bitching and moaning about how no one makes good music anymore. They're the same motherfuckers hating on Greta Van Fleet for sounding too much like Led Zeppelin. And I'm sorry to have to say this, but you cannot have it both fucking ways. You either need to move on and listen to something else, or be fucking grateful that a band of 20-something-year-olds are making classic rock again that you like, that's making, fucking music that you want to hear. Y'all are fucking so picky and whiny. You act like little fucking tiny crybaby bitches, and I'm fucking tired of it. Maybe if Zeppelin had made a fucking song in the last 40 years, there would be an argument to be made for that. But they haven't. The band has been defunct since the late 70s, early 80s. I just cannot comprehend the minds of these people who are complaining about modern music sucking out of one fucking side of their mouth and hating on Greta Van Fleet at the other side of their mouth. I personally have no issue with fucking Greta Van Fleet, dude. They're not my favorite. They're not the best. But, they make decent music. If you're drinking some beers, fucking hanging out, there's nothing wrong with listening to some Greta Van Fleet. I do, however, have an issue with how they dress. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. You're trying too hard. It's coincidental to look like them, but it's a totally another story to fucking dress exactly like them. Bottom line is, if you want to hate them for being unoriginal, that's fine, but you're also lying to yourself if you do that. There's not a single artist who isn't copying someone else. Some make it less subtle than others, but that's the nature of art, bro. Even the Beatles discussed how they wrote Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts because they'd heard the Beach Boys album and they were so inspired by it that they wanted to create something similar. The greatest artists of all time have been borrowing from other artists, and there isn't a note in the universe that hasn't been played, a lyric that hasn't been sung, a riff that hasn't been noodled. It's all been done before, dude. So limiting yourself and excluding yourself from enjoying music because you think it's too similar to something else you enjoy is the most asinine, backwards bullshit ever. This is how culture works. That's how art evolves into something new and earth-shattering. If we let it evolve, it'll eventually grow into something blossoming and beautiful. By being refined and perfected over generations, each artist taking from the last and adding a piece to themselves to create something different, that's how we create new, badass, dope shit. Anyway, I'm Young Death, signing off.